Hey everyone, I am pleased to tell you I'm here with Alex Crowe from Criteo. Alex, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey there, everybody. So, yes, I'm Alex Crowe from Criteo. I'm their Global VP of Omnichannel Strategy.
All right, so retail media, fastest growing channel in marketing. This real estate's super valuable on retailer websites. What were retailers doing with it before retail media?
Yeah, so I guess before retail media, retailers were engaging with their CPG partners and doing what they thought was best for their customers. So I think if I think of it from a retailer standpoint, their raison d'etre, their reason to be, is to get customers to come to their environment and to get them to purchase. You're right in saying that obviously it's really valuable real estate. I think from a value perspective, it's great value for a retailer because it increases the value of their overall business model. It's great value for advertisers because it's really rich first party data that can scale into the open web. And it's a meaningful scale now because you've got more consumers getting used to shop in that way.
All right, for this channel to evolve, for retail media to keep advancing forward at its growth rate, retailers are going to have to help advertisers do what they do on their platform. So, what right now is the biggest ask, or what are some of the biggest asks from advertisers to retailers right now?
Yeah, okay. So interesting question. I think ultimately most advertisers that I ever speak to always talk about how do you make it easier for me to work with you, and then how do you help me scale. So everyone's talking about ROAS and performance. So how do you help me drive the performance of the ad dollars that I'm spending? A big ask is around standards and consistency. So, standards around viewability, around measurement, about, even naming conventions and how people use data. That's kind of quite important in that world. If I think about brands and agencies, I think with cookie deprecation coming, they're asking, you've got this great data. How do you better help me target my campaigns? And then how do you better help me understand what was successful in my campaigns? How are you kind of taking all that data you have to give me rich insights that can help me inform what I'm doing in other channels, or what I'm doing in other retailers, or in your retail, in you as a retailer in the future. So those are the kind of big challenges that I see.
One of the wonderful things about retail media that I find fascinating is that the amount of innovation that's happening, what the kinds of things that you're doing, the kinds of things that retailers around the world are doing. What are some of the key areas of innovation that are going to happen in retail media over the next 2 to 3 years?
With data comes power. It's inevitable that what we're going to see is, retailers becoming better at predicting future customer behavior to enable them to better target. And hopefully they're going to, be able to offer richer metrics to say, about what was success. I think the big thing in my mind is about if retailers are getting data from customers, it's how are you actually having conversations with the customer? How are you being more relevant? And I think that's a really important responsibility of this industry to get right. I think, if I was to, as I said at the start, I work in omnichannel, so it'd be rude of me not to address that elephant in the room. But I think in a lot of retailers, 85% plus of their transactions are still happening in the in-store environment. So I think, a lot of the growth that we're seeing is through commerce and e-commerce specifically, and that I don't see that stopping.